Marisa Johnson, and today I'm going to share with you how to improve your footwork. I find a lot of my players that struggle with keeping their feet moving during a point. They go to hit a shot, and as they're waiting for the next shot to return, they get a little bit flat-footed. So I'm going to show you one awesome tip that you can use during your points that doesn't take a whole lot of concentration so that you can continue moving your feet and staying on your toes and not get flat-footed, then you would miss your next shot. Alright, so this is it. This is the tip that I use all the time and I tell my clients to use so that they can continue in moving their feet during practice, during matches, just basically in the middle of the point. And this is what it is. If you concentrate on simple counting and you actually count how many footsteps that you have in between the time that you hit the shot and you're waiting for the shot to return, then you will stay concentrated on your footwork and you will be ready to explode off your feet into the next shot. Now I tell my clients to typically get at least 5 steps between the time that they hit the shot and the time that the ball is coming back. Now this might sound like a lot, and sometimes even maybe if the ball comes back really fast, then it sounds like it's just too much. But I guarantee you that if you just count out 5 times, it can either be with 1 footstep or the 2 feet together. So I'm going to show you some examples of my footwork after I explain this. But typically you want to make sure that either this together as a split step is 1, or just 1 step altogether is another. So you're going to try to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 1, 2, 3, 4, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It just depends on where you're trying to move into position for your next shot. So that is the one thing that I always tell my clients to use to improve their footwork during a point. You want to make sure that your heels do not touch the ground during the point unless you are setting your feet for the next shot. So you'll notice in the example that I give, my heels are slightly off the ground every time. So when I count my steps, they're more like little step bounces instead of actually like stomping down. And so a lot of players struggle with keeping those heels off the ground because they're a little bit flat-footed and they just don't like to use those calf muscles. So what you're doing here is training those fast twitch muscle fibers to stay activated and stay up. It's kind of just like you're bouncing the whole time, to be honest. So take a look at this example. I'm going to show you how to count out when you are rallying with somebody 5 steps at least between the time that you hit the ball and the time that the ball comes back. And I want you to pay specific attention to how my heels are off the ground and when they are not. And the only time that they are not on the ground is when I set a foot to swing. Okay? Okay, so this is great. You're learning a lot and you have understood the concept of keeping the feet moving at least 5 steps in between the time you hit the shot and the time that the ball comes back. But it does no good for you to see this video and not put it into practice. So I'm going to give you guys a little bit of homework and a few drills that you can use to implement this into your next practice or match.
The first drill here is I've set up 4 circles, and you can set this anywhere, but I set this on the service line. And this drill is to help you get used to split stepping and having both feet bouncing at the same time. So you're going to do about 5 hops with the split step at the same time, and then shadow swing with a cross step forward on the forehand and then the backhand on repeat. The next drill, I've set up 2 markers just far enough that you need to run to it. And your goal is to give yourself 3 seconds of just waiting before you move to that next spot. So notice I'm kind of like counting 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, and then I go to the next spot.
Alright, so that's about it for this video. Thank you so much for checking out Grip It Tennis and me and this awesome footwork drills that you can do to improve your footwork during points. I do my best to keep you guys accountable with the drills that I give you so that I know that you're working on it. So give yourself a few days to complete these tasks so that you can improve your footwork. Instead of just watching this video like you do to all the other YouTube videos, I really want you to make this something that you do every time that you need to work on it. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button. Comment